Hello, everyone. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com with your morning market outlook for Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. In the pre-market this morning, we've got stock index futures and crude oil currently trading higher, while gold and Bitcoin are down in the pre-market. Bitcoin's been down about $3,000 overnight and trading down just below 63,000. Now, what worked yesterday? Well, not a lot worked, but anything metal related was up. There's the GDX, there's the gold miners in Toronto. We had the materials sector higher. As silver miners were up, copper miners were up. Those were the big winners of the day. What didn't work? Well, it was anything crypto related was down yesterday. We had software stocks continue to move lower, making new lows. Cybersecurity stocks were down sharply. We had selling in digital payment stocks. The regional banks and U.S. banks were down sharply yesterday. And we had cloud computing stocks down on the day. So those were the big losers of the day on Monday. Now, the VIX did not really spike that much. For the S&P, it was up 10%, but certainly didn't take out the recent highs. And there's the VIX for the NASDAQ for the Russell 2000. If we go back and look at the VIX for the S&P, you can see that 2188 still acting as resistance, and we'll have to see if the market wants to take that out. But you did not see the options traders in Chicago overreact on Monday. Looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum were both down yesterday. The bear ETFs were up on the day. And then yesterday we talked about Coinbase generating a buy signal on Friday. There we had a pullback on Monday. So it is still on a buy signal right now. But again, I wouldn't have taken that buy signal yesterday morning. Now, let's take a look at the major commodity futures contracts that we track. And starting off with crude oil. Crude oil was up 15 cents yesterday. It's up again in the pre-market. We're back up at resistance here at 64.06. If we can take that out, then 65.63 comes into play. Now, that's the top of our projected trading range on the daily charts. If we go to the weekly chart from last Friday, you can see that 65.63 is also our next target to the upside. And the next three price targets have all acted as resistance over the past year and a half, and certainly are legitimate targets to the upside if crude oil wants to continue to move higher from here. Now, going in the opposite direction is natural gas. Natural gas closed right at $3 yesterday, so trying to hold that level as support. Now, moving on to the metals, copper was down slightly yesterday, still on a sell signal. Gold was up yesterday, back on a buy signal. 53.1250 is our next target to the upside for the price of gold. And then looking at platinum, we're still waiting for a buy signal here. We closed at 2152.60. We need to close above 2174.60 on Tuesday. And there's silver back on a buy signal. Hasn't broken through the 87.50 level just yet. We traded above it yesterday, did not close above it, and now we're looking to see if we can break out above that level, and that would certainly open up a move to the back up to $100 for the price of silver. Now, moving on to the U.S. stock market, the Dow is back on a sell signal as of Monday's close, joining the S&P 500 already on a sell signal. Very sloppy trading for the past couple of months for the S&P 500. The equal weighted is still on a buy signal. It traded down to the lower channel line yesterday, but did not close below it. Unlike the NASDAQ, which has been on a sell signal for the month of February. And of course, we already previously saw weakness in the equal weighted NASDAQ, which made a new low for this move on Monday. Semiconductors still holding up, no change there. Financials made a new low for this move. We already looked at the bank stocks, but it's also the broker dealers and the insurance companies pulling down U.S. financials. Now, the biggest loser on the Dow yesterday was IBM, with a huge drop of over 13%, followed by American Express, then Visa, then JP Morgan. We saw selling in Salesforce once again, a software company, and of course, Microsoft is a big software company as well, making a new low for this move on Monday. Then looking at Amazon, traded up into the channel on Friday. Small pullback on Monday, not a major breakdown there for Amazon. Then looking at Canadian stock market trends, we saw the iShares for the TSX 60 and the Vanguard Canada ETF both make new highs on Monday, both pulling back slightly by the end of the day. Certainly no sign of the aggressive selling that we saw in the U.S. Small cap stocks moved up on Monday. The Venture Exchange back on a buy signal here, moving up. It was a quiet day for the energy sector, closing unchanged on the day. You don't see that very often, and an inside day. We saw the financials trade through the lower channel line, but did not close below it. There's bank stocks pulling back yesterday. Bank of Nova Scotia out with earnings this morning. So far, the headlines look pretty positive. We'll have to see how the market reacts to those headlines. Then we've got the global gold ETF. We looked at that earlier, up over 3.5% on the day. No joy for the tech sector, pulling back on Monday with the rest of the tech stocks. Now, of course, as we learned when we started the presentation, that it was really the metals that moved up yesterday. So the big winner on the TSX 60 yesterday was Kinross, followed by Agnico Eagle. Then we had Franco Nevada. We had Wheaton Precious Metals, and we had Barrick, all moving up on Monday. What didn't work? Well, Shopify pulled back into the channel, not enough to give us a sell signal just yet. WSP Global was down on the day, did not take out the previous low. There's a Brookfield rolling over yesterday. Third day of a sell signal there. Then we saw Go Easy was the big loser on the TSX Composite. We saw a pullback in Constellation Software after generating a buy signal on Friday. Not enough to give us a sell signal. Thomson Reuters making a new low for this move on Monday. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to see a little buying at the open on Tuesday morning. Have a great day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Wednesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.